That's the idea.
Entire ecosystems are collapsing.
What? It's true, Dex. Entire ecosystems are collapsing.
That's why they need the pulse waves, man.
Yes, one ecosystem that's not collapsing is our own little ecosystem at PulseWaveTrading.com. That's right. Alive and well. And
thriving. What is it? Remember that movie? 30, flirty, and thriving.
I must have missed that one.
I forgot what it's called, but that was what she kept saying. I want to be 30, flirty, and thriving. She was only 13. And, I think it's called 13 going on 30 because
one of those body switch movies.
Well, no, she woke up and she was 30 years old in a 30-year-old body. Yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, she said, I want to be 30, flirty, and thriving. That was the cover of some girl magazine, fashion magazine, or whatever. Yeah, man, hilarious. Well, so if you guys want to be thriving, you need to come on over here, man.
Indeed. In fact, let me pull up right here. Let me get our little thing here. We are doing a special episode today. We're up. Dex did some amazing work to our PulseWave price trigger reports, and so today we're going to talk about it. It's funny because I didn't even realize, like, Dex is always updating the reports, and he's always excited about it. So this time I had to stop and go, oh, this is a huge update. So we're going to go over the reports, and Dex is going to do a couple demo trades for us. And today's free report Friday, which, if you know anything about Thomas, I emailed you, man. I messaged you. This is the Dex. This is the guy I was looking for this morning.
Ah, okay.
Hey,
yeah.
Check your Slack, man. I got a question for you, and I need your help. So, Thomas, glad you're here. Check your Slack. Check your email. Don't worry, nothing big. But yeah. So, good morning, everybody. We're here, PulseWaveTrading.com, with my main man Dex, getting ready for Friday. How are you doing, buddy?
Doing great, man. I'm glad it's Friday, though.
Yeah, indeed. I could use a Friday.
It's Friday.
I've been down with the sickness all week. So not the sickness. I mean, but down with a sickness. Again, I'm sick of it. I got to do some kind of immune system refresh because I was sick about 6 weeks ago with the flu. And then this week I got some kind of, my wife thought it was the Omicron. I said, it's not that serious. It's just a cold.
I'm glad, man. I'm glad it's not.
Yeah. So PulseWave Trading, folks, check out PulseWaveTrading.com. We've got our PulseWave for Paradise, which is a great membership. We're doing some exclusive videos for that crew. We always have a great time with it. If you want to get access to these reports, which we're going to be going over today, you want to upgrade to Partner or Pro. We still got our Pro New Year's sale going. I took that embarrassing Christmas hat off of it, but it's still going. So check that out, folks. We would love to have you, and reach out to us about anything. So, Dex, you made some beautiful updates to the reports, my man.
Thank you.
And we're going to go over it momentarily. We've got them right here. We're going to show you guys how these things work, how easy they are to use and implement. Dex is going to do a live trade here in a little while, which, as he pointed out when I was talking to him earlier, it's Friday, so the charts have already moved. Most of these trades are already a moot point. So nonetheless, it'll be very educational. But before we do, Dex, we were going to look at a couple charts, man. Of course, we've got our best friend Bitcoin here, which is struggling, which is exactly what you said it would do earlier in the week, if I recall.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are back down at the 40 handle. What are you thinking going into the weekend, into chaos/clown world this weekend?
Well, the futures did dip to a low this morning of 39,465. That's right. You have left the 40,000 handle and you got down to that 39,000 handle. I'm going to say this, probably see some profit taking, going into the weekend. I think I will probably go ahead and be one of those people now that we're thinking about it. Now we're talking about it.
Yeah.
I may have to go ahead and do that. Here's the interesting thing. Like I said in last night's end of day report, regardless of what's going on while we're doing the live video here, everything's contingent on where the markets close. I don't care if Bitcoin was down 10,000 points during the trading session. It's irrelevant. I need to know where is it closed. It could be down 10,000 and then close up 40,000. So I care about closes. So today is going to be imperative with the stock market, the close at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard New York time. That's what we'll know with equities, what they look like going into next week. It's important to mention here because I've been so busy I forgot myself. Monday is a holiday.
Yeah, man.
The stock market will be closed. So guess what? We will be closed. No videos, none of that on Monday, but the reports will go out Monday night as always. So just FYI on that one. Yeah, I forgot what day it is. I don't know if it's President's Day or
it's
it's
President's
some
Day.
In America, there are like 50 million holidays, but yeah, Monday's a holiday, so we get a 3-day weekend. Yay!
Yeah, man. My kids have their winter break, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm going to be holding some things going into the weekend, so it's going to be interesting to take a look at. When we get to that part of the live, we'll take a look at some things. I'm going to make some decisions. I might want to go home with something in my back pocket, so I'll be looking at that while we're talking. Sometimes it's fun to set on a few things.
Cool.
And build positions over time. That's another thing that we're going to be discussing, when it comes to using the reports. But as far as Bitcoin, Bitcoin's Friday, for those that don't know, a Friday for cryptocurrencies, whether it be Bitcoin or altcoins, starts 6 p.m. Eastern Standard New York time on Thursday and runs until 6 p.m. Eastern Standard New York time on Sunday. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me how. It's just the way when they made these crypto markets and whatnot, that's how they do it. It is what it is. You ain't got to like it, but you do have to deal with it and train around it. So
just accept it.
We don't know what Bitcoin and the altcoins are going to do until now and Sunday. So we'll know Sunday when the reports go out. I'll know. But for right now, it does look like the market is still attempting to lock back in on the downside. So we started today off lock. The Bitcoin futures is off lock at the moment. So meaning that it's still, it's still in a overall bearish pattern, but it's off lock. And what that means is when a market comes off lock, it means that you could be nearing a short-term bottom. So that's what you see happening in the Bitcoin today. Possible bottoming situation. So we'll see how it closes, but for right now, it's looking like it wants to possibly bottom and bounce. If that's the case, then we'll get out of shorts and reverse and get long, but we got to wait to get a signal first. And so far, we haven't gotten one.
For sure. Here's just for entertainment value. Facebook continuing this candle, of course, is where things became super interesting, and we've kept a half an eye on it since then. And it just continues to go down. Do you see an end in sight or a support?
Absolutely
for
not.
Facebook?
Absolutely not. We talked about Facebook a while back. If you look at your dashboard, you will see that the system told you that the selling was accelerating and that gap was not going to be immediately filled. Yep. Sometimes when markets gap down under that much pressure, and then there's even more panic selling, it takes a while for the market to bounce back and fill that gap. Sometimes, especially with the ETFs, they do something nasty called a reverse split, and that's how they end up closing the gap. They'll do a reverse split, and they're able to have the stock price, and then they fill the gap that way. Because if they don't, there's no way the market will be able to fill that gap. A few years back, one of the 3X ETFs had a situation like that. I forget which one it was. Was it the UVXY or it's one of those inverse ones? and then I think they took it off the books because there was a failure with it. So it crashed just like this chart right here, and it did not come back. There was also a forex pair that happened to back around the time of, I think, the initial Trump presidency, where it dropped 50,000 points.
Oh, yeah.
50,000 pips, and I don't think it ever recovered. So these things can happen.
Wow.
In a healthy market.
Great if it happened to this evil empire here.
Right. In a healthy market with a healthy stock, though, those gaps eventually get closed, just like all pointers that eventually get reconciled.
Right.
But it can also happen too, where, you know, something bad happens, like when we had it on what was that? Enron, when it just collapsed, and when Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae, when they collapsed. So, and they've never been back. They're not coming back as far as those old gaps from the, late 90s, early 2000s. It's not coming back. So, yeah, it is what it is. Oh, we had a request from the trade room. They want to pull up NEO, USD NEO.
Is it crypto?
Yep.
There we go.
All right. So this is a daily chart, correct?
Yeah. You want me to get close?
Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. So as you can see, this one is still in a mature downtrend channel, and it's trying to get a little something going. Yeah, a little dead cat bounce there, but overall, it has a long way to go. I really can't call this bottom. I can just say short-term bottom. But we'll know more as time goes on. But this one is still very bearish, and I think any significant rally will probably get faded. But if you're looking for an opportunity to get involved, I would just say I think this one's on the report. If it is, just wait for a buy signal before you get in there.
Sorry,
I can't stress that enough, folks. The patient game. It could be annoying sometimes waiting for the trigger, but you got to, because you don't know where bottom is, and you don't know where the top is in a bull market. So how can you know where a bottom is in a bear market? You don't know.
You don't.
And securities can do things beyond human imagination, and they do it often. Oh, this stock will never go to zero, and then it goes to zero. Now what do you do? Or soybeans will never go to $50 a bushel, and then it says, oh, you're right, I'm not going to $50 a bushel, I'm going to 75. Now what do you do? You're down $13 million on one futures contract. So just like they say, don't fight the Fed, don't fight them, don't fight the tape. If the tape is red, then either step aside or short. That's all you can do. Don't catch falling knives. Don't try to, determine where you think the bottom is. That's what the pulse waves are for. They'll tell you.
Speaking of the pulse waves, before we run out of time for the day, let's get into that's a good thought. Before we get into before we finish today, let's get into these reports. So for those of you who don't know what we do at PulseWaveTrading.com, we've got two things going on. We've got our PulseWaver Paradise, where you can just get the exclusive videos and some of our education content. But the big thing that we do is, of course, these reports that Dex puts out every evening. And those are posted here on the dashboard. Anybody can see this dashboard. Just go to PulseWaveTrading.com, click on dashboard, and you see we've got a bunch of reports that come out every night. So what do we do with these things? These reports contain buy triggers, sell triggers, and other key information about what DEX's proprietary algorithm has gleaned from the markets. And it spits out info that you can use in your own trading. It's about you making your own decisions as you trade. We're not hooking you up to a bot. We're not trading for you. People don't send us vast amounts of money to trade for them. That's not what we do. We provide you with a report that is incredibly usable, and then you use it the way you want to use it. But let's talk about how these reports work. So this is our crypto USD report. And this was just up, not just this report, but all of our reports were updated. So we're going to look at the equities report in a second. But Dex, you were mentioning the other day on air, this rally crash alert. This is where the sort of, you have your bare bones numbers, the sell trigger, short, weekly buy, these things. We won't get in the weeds on explaining those. When people join PulseWave Trading, we set you up with very simple member orientation to show you what all these numbers mean and how to easily use them. But one of the coolest things about the reports is the rally crash alerts as well as the trend momentum. And this tells you what's going on in the market and what you may or may not want to do with that particular tradable asset. So here we're looking, for example, at the top here is Bitcoin Cash. Our rally crash alert is telling us to tighten stops on it. Down here it says it could be a possible algo shift, expect higher prices. Whereas over here, the market has hit a short-term bottom. Prices have ceased trending lower. And then you've got sell triggers. So Dex, can you talk a little bit and let me know anything you want me to pull up? I'm just going to hand it over to you now.
Tell
me a little bit about the changes and what they mean for the reports. And then we're going to do a demo in a minute.
Yep. Pull up Bitcoin Cash.
All right. Yeah,
no, I mean the chart. Pull up the Bitcoin Cash chart. Because you just read the alert. Now let's see the Bitcoin Cash in action. And by the way, these reports went out, last night. So the reports always go out ahead of the market. So what did the report say again? Read it say.
Oh, hold on, Dex. I'm messing everything up. Here we go. This is the Bitcoin Cash chart.
Okay.
This is the report.
It says tighten stops, right?
Mm-hmm.
Long-term downtrend is off lock. Possible algo shift. Expect higher prices, right? Mm-hmm. And then as far as the trend momentum, it tells you that you hit a short-term bottom. Prices have ceased trending lower, and the market is in a correction. Price may consolidate, move sideways or upwards. So it's letting you know what's what, and it tells you to tighten up those stops. Now, notice there's nothing in the long column.
Yeah,
this is a selling market. It's a short market, so you only have sell triggers there. All right, that's it. All right. Now go back to the chart again. Go back to it. And what is the price?
309.
And what's the low for the day so far?
The low for the day is 306.77.
There you go.
Amazing.
You can't make this stuff up.
Look at that. Wow. broke the sell trigger.
Yep.
Oh. Yeah, excellent.
So what you don't know, before you move on, what you don't know is, okay, on this particular one, this was not an entry. Even though it gave you the trigger there, it was not telling you to get short the market. It gave you what the triggers were, but it told you that this one has a higher probability of a technical bounce. Now notice that it triggered the sell trigger and then immediately moved higher.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? See when it tells you that it is stopped right now? That's what you're seeing with the actual price action. This report went out last night. So you can't make this stuff up. See the accuracy of the report?
It's excellent. We were going to look at was it TLT?
Yeah, the bonds, because bonds have been all up in the news.
The chart ready too. So here's the TLT report. I know this isn't the easiest thing for people to see, so I'll zoom in here.
Okay.
So we've got, this one does have a buy trigger in it. It does not have a sell trigger. I love how you've done that, where it at least it shows you the disposition of the report by sometimes withholding the triggers.
Right.
So yeah.
So that one's telling you, zoom in on it again for the bonds ticker TLT. Okay, so we have the same thing, but in reverse. All right. So this one's saying that you got a possible algo shift coming, and you should expect the possibility of lower prices. And then as far as what kind of market you're in, it tells you that the market is trending downward with strong negative momentum behind it due to extreme selling pressure. It's in a locked-in bearish downtrend. Expect that nasty downward momentum. right? And it's telling you to tighten your stops if you are short the market. And even if you are long the market, you still want to make that consideration. Now, we normally do not enter the market long or short on 999 signals. This is a 999 signal. See, it gives you a number under the rally crash alert column. 999s are not signals to enter a market. It's letting you know that you may want to possibly consider exiting the market or tightening up those stops in case a reversal comes. There are other trigger alerts that we actually enter the market on or add to positions on, and a 999 is not one of them. You can enter the market on a 888 continuation pattern. That you can do that, but the best time to enter a market is when you first get that first signal, the primary crash or rally alert. That's when you enter the market. That's when you put your trades on. You don't wait for the trend to get far away from you and then say, okay, now I'm convinced, let me get in the market. You missed too much. Right. You want to get in when you get those primary and secondary alerts, and it'll say primary or secondary alert on it. There's even a tertiary alert, which is like, okay, look, you've been playing around. You missed the primary and the secondary alert. This is your last chance to get in before the train leaves the station, because it's leaving the station. It's pulling off away from the station. So we have it built like that, so you don't make mistakes or you don't chase markets. So you're looking for the report to literally tell you to buy or sell the market. If it doesn't say buy or sell the market, then you don't. It's just that simple. I try to make it as idiot-proof as possible, because the question always comes up. Okay, I see all the information and I see the analysis, but what do I do? That always comes up. What do I do?
Right.
Well, the system will tell you buy, or it will tell you to sell, or it will tell you to do nothing. Today, it did tell you to do something. It didn't tell you to go long or short. It told you to tighten your stops if you're already long, because most people have already been in the market. They got in with the initial signal. And in this one, your initial signal for TLT came a day or two ago, back when it was at the 136 handle.
Right.
That's when it told you to go ahead and get involved. So now that you got in, now you're tightening up your stops. Yeah, the trigger was at 136.14. That was the last buy signal. All right. So if you're in and you got involved at that particular price trigger, today you're popping your way through it. The market's up $1.10, right? So you would tighten up your stops, and you would lock in some profit, as much profit as you can. You should be able to walk away with at least $1 on this particular trade.
Yeah. When did you say what was the initial trade? What was the initial trigger a few days ago?
It was 136.14.
So way down here.
Wait,
hold on, I went too far.
Yep.
So right down, you would have caught some bars, yeah.
Yeah, you would be up at least $1 right now.
Right around here is where you would have gotten in.
Yep.
And so when Dex is saying tighten the stops, that's assuming you were already in there. Correct. So the signal came in here a couple days ago. Right. We're up here now, and it's saying tighten stops. That's great.
Correct.
That's excellent.
See why it's better to get involved, when the system specifically tells you to.
Now, before we wrap up, can you give us an example, maybe share your screen of applying the report, like if you were going to take a position? I know it's hard to do that on a Friday, but could you show us just a demo of what you would do with the numbers?
Yeah. All right. Let's see. What do you have up right now?
Everything, whatever you want.
Okay. Let me see. Let me pick a good one. Let me see.
Yeah, pick a good one.
Okay.
How about picking this Equities report? This is one of the only reports. Well, not the only. We have a couple reports like this. This thing is huge. So you can go in here. Let's say you were looking for TLT. Just right in the search bar, you type in TLT, and it's going to search through all the text and bring that up pretty easily. So This covers thousands. Our equities report, or I should say all of our reports together, cover thousands of tradable instruments, including foreign equities, all kinds of cryptos, forex. But it's this American equities report.
Yeah, man, you got to do it. You got to get in there.
Yeah.
All right. I can't even think of so many. Why don't we just pull up OIH? Pull up OIH.
YH.
Yep, no. OIH. Okay. Let me see something here. Make it big so I can see your screen.
Oh, yep. You want to see this part?
Yeah. All right. Now, see, on this one today, it's landed. That's not the right one, is it? Oh, he said XLE. Okay. Yeah. Pull up XLE. Pull up XLE. Yep. That's a good one.
Okay. Perfect.
Now, it told you to stay short this morning. Told you to stay short.
Mm-hmm.
Now, pull up XLE.
Is this the right one?
The ETF, XLE.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yep.
So, yeah.
Now, if you notice, this market had a nice little run up, right? But then something happened. It broke. That run up broke. And now the market is looking like it wants to roll over. So the report told you what was up. It gives you the heads up on what's happening in the market. And then it positions you and tells you, okay, this is how you should be handling this particular market. Now, what is the current price you have in front of you of XLE?
67.53.
All right, go back to the report. What's that sell trigger?
67.88.
There you go.
Mm. And our well,
yeah. but look at the market though. Now go back to the report real quick. Go back to the report. All right. It says, look, the market is trending upward with strong positive momentum behind it. Right. So you are actually counter trend trading this morning with XLE.
Excellent.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
So you're now in an official pullback that is actually trying to turn into a full blown correction in XLE. Can't make this stuff up. And again, these reports go out in the evenings after the market closes. This report didn't just go out after the fact. The report goes out at night in the evenings.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. I had a new member
day before Wall Street opens.
Exactly. They said, when should I put my orders in? And I said, well, once you pick your trades, you're getting the reports the night before, somewhere between, lately it seems like it's usually around between 6 and 8 Eastern, something like that, right, Dex?
Yep.
Sometimes earlier. But as soon as that report comes out, for most of these things, you're getting your orders ready for the next day. And so you're able to catch things. We use stop orders and, conditional orders. So, yeah, it's a very powerful tool. So, and the beauty is, with the PulseWave reports, whatever it is you're into trading, then you can focus on that and get a feel for that market, get your orders in, have an idea what you want to do. It just simplifies everything down. You have the information right there. You see what's going on, what the indicators are indicating. Instead of staring at a chart like this with 50,000 waves and pulses and lines on it, you get just this simple summary of what's going on. Stay short, market's trending upward, etc. It gives you a suggested sell trigger and stop loss. So it's a very powerful tool in the hands of somebody who's looking to get involved with these markets. So once again, folks, pulsewavetrading.com. Check it out. We still got our New Year's sale going. If you want to just listen to Dex talk and hear him more candidly discuss some things, as well as look at some of our materials more freely, PulseWaver's Paradise is great for you. If you're looking to use these reports Our partner report, you get 11 different cryptos and forex pairs, and then our pro, of course, gives you access to thousands of reports. Our equities report, our futures report, our index report, our foreign equities, as well as all of the cryptos that we trade. So, folks, we'd love to have you. PulseWaveTrading.com. Besides that, it's Friday, which is pizza day, and we got to go.
You know it. You know it.
We're done trading for the week. We did our job already. We're out of it's pizza time, man.
Yep. That's what we do. See, it's lifestyle. You know, you don't have to be chained to a desk or to your computer 24/7.
That's the worst way to trade.
Yeah, you don't need to do that. You know, you put you get your report, and then you make your decisions, and then you're done. You don't have to fool with it anymore. You are done at that point. We're not day trading and scalping. We are trying to catch daily and weekly bars. We don't care about anything else. We just want those daily and weekly bars.
Yeah, that was a great illustration with the TLT, where it was like, all right, what's going on today? And it's like, no, you don't understand. Look at yesterday's trigger and where we are now and what it's telling you to do. It's not about just what happens today. It's about being in the market at the right time and being able to take those wins when it moves. That's the power of the pulse waves. All right. Thanks for being with us, folks. Thanks, Dex. It was very helpful. We'll see you folks next time. We hope you have a wonderful weekend.
Peace. Oh, don't forget, Monday is a holiday.
Yeah, Monday's a long weekend.
No videos.
Pizza Friday and Pizza Monday.
There you go.
Take care, folks. Take care, Dex.
Peace.